Hey guys, it's Mrs. Blue, back with another art lesson. If this is your first time tuning in, you can find me on YouTube at Mrs. Blue, Let's Make Some Art. When you complete your art projects, if you send me a picture of you holding your art project to jlpic@cps.edu, you might win the golden paintbrush. So, without further ado, drum roll, please. Okay, today's golden paintbrush winners are two people who are very important to me. They are the son and daughter of a woman who I went to college with named Julie. So Julie and I went to college together, and we live very far away from each other now, but her kids are sitting at home watching my YouTube videos, which is super awesome. Okay, I'll stop talking. Creighton and Kale, you are my golden paintbrush winners today. Check out these two. I pretty much think Creighton right here, has done every single art project I've put online. And Kale, I don't even know what to say about these. They're so amazing. I particularly love this rose right here, and I'm afraid to touch it. Ouch! Because of those thorns. This is unbelievable. And Creighton, I think you might have a career as an artist. This is pretty impressive. So keep up the good work, Creighton and Kale. I'm very impressed. And there's your virtual golden paintbrush. Good work. So impressive. So today, let's learn about one of my all-time favorite artists who you can see right here on my dress, named Keith Haring. Keith Haring was famous for drawing these fun dancing figures, and he made them super colorful. Oh look, Keith Haring is also on my leggings. Keith Haring everywhere. So he created art in the 1970s and 80s for the most part, and he painted all over the subway stations, and people grew to love his art, and they thought it was super awesome. So we're going to kind of replicate Keith Haring's dancing figures like this today, but if you can see, this artist put his face on these dancing figures, which you don't have to do. So if you don't have access to a printer, just draw the characters and it'll look just like the ones on my shirt and just like Keith Haring's, and you don't have to worry about printing out a picture of yourself. I pre-printed out several of my faces right here. Ooh, look, they're kind of creepy. Mrs. Blue's face is cut out to glue onto mine, but you certainly do not have to do that. So with that said, today you will need a piece of paper, a pencil and an eraser. I'm going to color my characters with markers. You can use crayons, paints, whatever your little heart desires. I'm going to use a little black marker to outline all of my characters just like Keith Haring. He was very famous for putting this black line around his character, so we want to kind of replicate that as well. So I'm definitely going to use a black marker. You do not have to use a permanent marker. And I am going to use a colored piece of paper today. I'm going to turn it this way. This lime green paper, let's make sure you can see the whole paper. You guys can just use a white paper if you don't have colored paper. So no pressure today. Okay, so first we're going to turn our paper the long way, or horizontal. Not the tall way, the long way. And I'm going to start by taking my paper and gently folding it in half, like so, just to create the middle point of the paper right here. Now I'm going to take my black marker, and I am going to, if you want to use a pencil first, you can. But again, we don't stress out. Keith Haring did not ever use a pencil to draw his drawings first. He drew them super speedy, fast. There's a book about him called The Boy Who Just Kept Drawing. He drew so fast. So he never erased, he just kept drawing. So I'm going to draw one line here and one line here. And then I'm going to put some fancy dots in the middle, like so. And And we're going to draw 4 characters above this line in just a second. Like so. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom. 1 line here, 1 line here, and then the dots. And that's kind of the abstract, which means not realistic, looking ground that I'm going to draw my characters on. Now, we are going to use pencil to draw the characters because this might be the first time that some of us have done this. And if we make a mistake, we want to be able to erase. I don't want anyone to stress out about their dancing characters. So we're going to draw 4 here and 4 here. So I'm going to start here with my first character, and they don't have fingers or toes. You can see on my dress, no fingers or toes. They're just fun. They're just easy. They just have kind of mittens for hands. So we don't need to worry so much about drawing fingers or toes. So I'm going to draw my first one. There's where I'm going to glue my head shape, or if you don't glue a head shape, there's where you're drawing your head, and you can just leave it like so. He's going to be kicking like this. And look, you just kind of just go with it. There's no stress here. And there's my first dancing guy. And let's see how my head's going to look. Okay, so we'll do that later. Now we're going to draw 4, so I can leave a little bit of space. Maybe I'll draw 1 right here. Whoops, I ran into the fold of my paper. Look at that arm is like 10 times bigger than the other arm. That is not right. That is not right. Good thing we never get upset when we make mistakes, because that's why we use pencil. Look, I'm just going to draw the second. This one's going to be a super easy one. Look at that one. 2. Oh, if I was drawing light, that pencil line wouldn't show and it would be so much neater. But I'm pressing so dark with my pencil right now because I really want all of my artists who are watching to be able to see clearly. Okay, 2. Now let's draw another one. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter where you start. I usually kind of start with the head, but it doesn't matter. And, I got to fit in 1 more. I almost didn't leave enough space. We'll draw another guy jumping up. Let's start with the head right here so I make sure I leave enough room. And you do not have to copy mine. I mean, just think. Head, arms, some sort of body, and you're good. You can do any shape you want. Right? You can kind of see I'm just going lickety-split. Okay, there's 4. Now let's do, you almost can't see that whole paper, can you? And it's not straight. Okay, let's do 4 more. I'm going to try to do 4 different ones so that, oh, did you just hear Greta squeak her toy? I will pick Greta up and show you her when this video is complete. She is one crazy dog. I got her a squirrel feeder that I stuck to our window today. And a squirrel is eating right next to our window. And Greta thinks she won the lottery when it comes to presents. She's so transfixed with these squirrels eating right next to our window. It's like made her entire year because she loves watching squirrels. And I particularly love watching them right up against the window too. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I don't know really how I did this one. Let's see. Oh, there, that worked. Okay, now another one. Let's do Did I do 2 arms up? Yeah, I'm trying to make them each a little different. Okay, let's do 1 arm up this way. Down. And you can always pause the video when I'm done drawing my characters and finish drawing yours. Or you can finish with me, Super Speedy Gonzalez. Look at, he has like spaghetti arm. Okay, and let's do one more. Let's do this. I'm going to start with this one with his feet. We'll see why for a reason. I don't know if I did that right. Let's see if this turns out. I need some, there, I think that's too wide. Whoa, I just brushed one of my heads off the table. Okay, let's do this, and then this guy's gonna be doing a little jig. Let's see if his body looks right. He might look like a alien character, but who cares? It looks like he's having fun. Okay, so there's my 8 characters. Now I'm going to take my marker and I'm going to trace each one of them. But watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to trace them. That's self-explanatory. You guys know how to trace. But Keith Haring was also very famous for one other thing. He put these movement lines around his characters. So he would do like, duh, duh, super simple, boop, boop. And look how that instantly makes it look like on this side, there's some movement lines. He's doing a little jig. And on my dress, there's movement lines inside of the characters too, which you can surely add on yours. Those are super cool. Okay, so just, add a little bit of movement lines on yours too, because why not? I'm not going to put movement lines around the head because I have to glue my head onto these. And I don't want to cover up the movement lines with my head, have them sticking out in a weird way. Just suddenly makes it look like they're dancing, which I really like. I think Greta's destroying one of her toys under the table here. I can hear her squeaking. I bet she's getting some of the stuffing out of it. I don't know how I happen to have this green paper on hand, but I feel so lucky I did, because it's so bright and fun. Keith Haring would really like this color. So if you live in Chicago, over by the lake, there's a brand new Keith Haring sculpture. I believe it's around Belmont or Addison, right by the lake. And I have not went to see it yet, but I'm dying to go see it, especially in my Keith Haring dress. And it's giant, like way bigger than any of us put together. So I want to go see this dancing figure Keith Haring sculpture in Chicago that just came to town. It's new, which is pretty special. Not many people get to see a real live Keith Haring sculpture in their town. Keith Haring was big in Chicago. He came to Chicago and did an entire project with Chicago Public School high school students in the 80s, I believe in 1988 or 1989, and painted with them down in Grant Park. And it was so cool. They got to skip a day of school to go paint with him, which was pretty awesome. Painting with Keith Haring counted as their day of school that day. I mean, I wish I could go back in time and be a part of that. I wasn't quite teaching yet in 1989. Okay, so here we go. There's our characters. Now I am going to use markers to color each character a different color. so that they look super colorful. Now, if you used white paper, here's where you kind of have the added benefit, because white paper, yours will look even brighter than mine. My red doesn't look super bright on this green paper. Let's color 2 red just to save a little bit of time, but I'll skip space in between them so they're not right next to each other. But you guys can feel free to, again, pause the video and color yours multiple colors. Keith Haring did typically color each character only with one color, but you know, you just do whatever you want. If you want to make the characters have designs in the middle, go for it. Go for it. Again, I say it all the time, I'm coloring kind of sloppy right now. You guys take your time and color so fancy. Just have a few more left to color. You guys are being very patient. Hopefully you're still working on yours, so I'm not boring you to death with my coloring. Trying to kind of separate the colors. I just went out of the lines a little bit right there. But you know what? My head's going to cover that up when I glue it on. And 2 more. What color? Green or blue? I'm going to do green. I like the green on green. That's fun. I mean, I guess I could just forget about this whole system I have and color this one green and the other one blue. Because there are no rules in art. We just have fun. Okay, I'm going to do that. Who says I can't? No one. This one's going to be blue. Remember, your Keith Haring dancing people do not have to look perfect. His are so silly and so fun. So if it looks like 2 of your arms are different sizes or don't stress out. Just enjoy it. Okay, now I need glue. I'm going to use a glue stick. You can use whatever you want. And while I'm at it, I'm just going to put a little glue on each head. Then I can just stick, 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 and be done. Hopefully I didn't lose a head, or I'm going to be in trouble here. 1. Oh my goodness, this might be my new favorite project. These are so silly, I could die. And remember, you can leave it just like this. You do not have to print out pictures of heads. Or, oh look, there's our 2 there. Or get a magazine and cut faces out of a magazine if an adult has a magazine sitting around. I don't think this needs to be under this yellow paper. I wonder if it'll show up even better just like this. No, I think the yellow paper helped. You could see the green. It's always a trick with this dark table. What about that? There's the Keith Haring dancing figures, you guys. Isn't that cool? I love those. They're so fun. And Keith Haring on my shirt. Keith Haring everywhere. Those are so fun. Let's dance. Let's move. I should make mittens. Okay, I'll stop. So, anyway, oh, I promised a viewing of a dog. Let's see. You saw Vienna yesterday. Let's get Greta. She got a squeaker out of her toy. Oh. There's the Greta. Say hi to all of our online friends. Hi, guys. Hey, there's a Greta. She gives kisses. Oh, yes, he likes to give kisses. There's my Greta. Greta's the one who likes squirrels. She loves her squirrels. There she is. Say hi to everyone, Greta. Oh, I know. It's so fun. Yeah. You see all of our online friends? I know. You love the kisses. I know. So there we go, guys. Okay. Woo. Bye. I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you enjoy making these Keith Haring characters. Have a great day. Bye.